Okay. One more thing. Get the patchouli going. This is patchouli. This is what? The HEM incense. You guys gonna have to excuse me. There we go. Okay. Patchouli is good for, the scent, for love and everything. So we're gonna really big up that because I think we all need, a little bit of love, a little bit of help. Okay, so let's just jump into it. We're gonna do Capricorn from Sagittarius as usual. And then we might do some topics. We'll see. Either we'll see. All right. Capricorn for love. These are love readings. All right, and we're starting out savage immediately. We get the card of Temperance and we get the Death card. So before everybody freaks out, the Death card doesn't necessarily mean that anybody's going to die or anything like that. It's more so symbolic about this is the end of whatever that situation is. So with the Temperance right there, even though it's not reversed, clearly talking about an imbalance. Things not really being fair, or things not being, how they need to be. It's just completely out of whack. So this means that this is the end of that. And it doesn't mean, necessarily the end of this is going to stop happening, but as in, you have to stop this. You have to stop it. The other person can't stop it, or you can't stop some bad habit maybe going on. Maybe you just keep attracting folks out the loser pile. For you gentlemen Capricorns, maybe keep attracting the crazy girls. Whatever it is, this has to end, but it has to enter you, and you have to seek it out through a balance. So whatever this balance is, you guys have to find it, and you have to just seek to obtain that balance and end whatever this negative things that you keep doing over and over again. And it doesn't mean, when I say negative things, it's not to put blame on you, but maybe you're just doing the same thing over again and it's just not working. You're going to have to accept that it's not working. Gotta do something different. All right. For Aquarius in love. Okay, I thought Capricorn was going to say one more thing. It's not. All right. For Aquarius in love, you guys get Two of Cups, which is a great card to get in love. And next to it, you get the King of Wands, which is representative of Aries. So this is telling you that you guys need maybe a more, I don't want to say controlling, but maybe a more dominant partner. Maybe somebody more affectionate, someone who's maybe a little bit more into things like PDA, who might be the type to, call first, text first, take control. You need guys, somebody maybe with some leadership, or somebody who's very serious about when they're into someone, Aquarius. So this is what you should be looking for. If you don't want to play games and you don't want someone who is very wishy-washy, if you want somebody who's just as into you as you are into them, then you can't keep using the same type of person where that's just not what they're going to do. This is who you need to be going for. You need to look for a leader, or you need to look for someone who's very assertive. Maybe you're the type of person who can also run roughshod on somebody, and you need the type of man or the type of woman who's going like, we're not doing that. It's not because, they don't love you, or because they're always checking you, but they just know how to maybe have proper boundaries with you, Aquarius. So that's what you guys need to be looking for in your relationships. And if you already have a relationship and you don't have that, it might be time to negotiate. It might be time to, have that talk between each other. Pisces, you guys get Justice reversed. You get 3 of Coins. So this is telling you that you guys also have been going through a severe imbalance. So with Justice reversed, it means you're not getting what you deserve, and you're not getting the things that you need. And next to it, with the 3 of Coins, that's telling you right there, you know this, you've learned differently. Maybe you've just recently learned to really love yourself. Maybe you just learned to really accept yourself. And now it's time to really delve into that. You can't really go back like you may want to, because maybe that person was just your ABC or your ride, but it just wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't fulfilling, wasn't fruitful, and maybe you were making more of it than it really was. Could happen. No offense, just saying maybe you were making more of it than it really was. Maybe you were making more of it than what they actually said. If they even said, you know, we're going to make it X, Y, or Z. So with the Three of Coins, it's saying you just have to learn this new skill or this new way to be when it comes to these relationships. This is giving me a very heavily single vibe. Single, but either looking, or single but afraid to go back into the dating pool. So that's just basically saying that, you know, whatever you guys are used to, you need to start looking away from that and learning yourselves more. I think if you learn yourselves more, you probably will not be in situations with a person who can, you know, use your weaknesses or your past or anything like that against you, Pisces. All right, moving on, we've got Aries. Woo! All right, our first double reversal of the night. Damn smoke, Lord. It's not that bad. Aries, you guys get the Hermit reverse and you guys get the Five of Wands reverse. The Hermit reverse is basically forcing yourself to be cautious. So the Hermit is just about cautiousness. But when it's reversed, it's about putting yourself in a situation where you don't believe anybody or what they say, which in a street smart, business savvy type of way, it is true that, you know, money talks, bullshit walks, or, you know, believe somebody's actions over what they say. But you guys are being a little too overcautious. You're not even believing, you know, someone dislikes you, which even if they don't want to be with you, or that doesn't mean that they're not attracted to you. You don't have to think that everything someone says is a lie. And then with the Five of Wands reverse, that is a definite fight. Okay, it's a definite fight. It's also about kind of moving forward past things, but maybe you need this fight first. I hate to say need the fight. Maybe you need the closure, or maybe you need to get something off of your chest regarding this person, regarding people involved. Maybe you just need to talk it out with someone. It's a lot happening. But both of these cards together are really telling you to take a break, to take a step back. So on one hand, yes, you should listen to you should look at someone's actions over their words. At that same time, there's no reason to just go overboard and think that everyone is a liar. There's no reason to confront everybody like they're a liar. Just sit back and listen, just observe. If they are a liar, they'll tell on themselves. Everything will be revealed. There's no reason for you to poke it or pull it out of someone or investigate or just cut folks off. You can just sit back and watch and enjoy your time as you're doing it. All right? A lot of fives. Okay. Next, we get Taurus. Taurus, you get the Four of Wands, which is great. And the Five of Knives reverse, which is not as great, not terrible either. This means that you all are pretty much, a lot of Tauruses are, if they're not ready to settle down, they're ready to do something new. Something new meaning, you know, it's above the dating type of thing. It's above, you know, just doing the usual messing around with someone. You guys do want something a little bit more stable. The problem with that, with the Five of Swords right next to it, is that there's a lot of gossip going around and there's a lot of talk, some of it coming from you, some of it coming from others. Basically, you might not want to be doing, you might not want to do this with whoever you're currently involved with, or maybe you just need something new. It's basically, you're going to give someone, or you want with someone, the promises or the lives that either somebody else promised you or the promises that you were trying to fulfill with someone else. So it's just basically saying you want those things with somebody new, or in a new situation, or in a new environment. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only issue with that is, like with the gossiping and everything, is you can't let this get to somebody else through other people. You have to be the one to sit down, be an adult, and say, look, you know, I know we've had this time invested, or, you know, I know I said this, but I really think I want that. This is an adult type of thing. Adults handle their business, as my mother loves to say, and this is a part of adulthood. Sometimes it just does not work out with the person that you did indeed build with. It happens every day. But you have to say that, and you can't just assume that the other person knows, or just wait to run them off, or you can't get upset because the other person is clinging on if you're not talking about it. It's time for you to have a conversation, Taurus, basically. All right, moving on to the air. Gemini, you guys get the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Coins. So everything's pretty much in balance, which is great because Gemini is the power of 2. But with the 8 of Cups, it means you're ready to walk away. For some of you, this is walking away from a relationship. For some of you, this is walking away from datings, if not humans in general. You just might be completely saturated with people. I would suggest before you guys make any major moves, any major breakups, anything like that, I would suggest you go to someone you really trust, somebody who you talk to often, or maybe not often, but someone you know they don't spill your secrets. You just feel comfortable. There's a level of comfort with them, Gemini, and just have a good venting session. Have a good venting session before you guys just make these decisions, because sometimes you guys make very rash decisions, not in a bad way, but just in a very quick way. It's an air sign thing. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone can just pick up and go to the next thing. You guys can, but the problem is sometimes that fallout is so severe, you don't understand why it's so severe, and that's because other people feel blindsided. So talk to someone first, see how they hear it, listen to their advice. Of course, only follow your own advice in the end, but just to hear some opposing opinions, and also just to get it off of your chest. Maybe you just need a journal, or to write it down, or to create, or to just express it out outwardly, because you might be choosing a very dramatic or heavy-handed decision without a whole lot of thought or follow through. So just pepper it on someone. See how it sounds to somebody else. Okay. Next we have Cancer. Okay. Give me a minute, Cancer. We have the Moon reverse. And we have the Page of Coins reverse. Give me just one moment, because there's a certain word I really want to use with this Page of Coins reverse. My bad, guys. I'm dropping stuff. There's a word. Okay. I wouldn't really use that one, but yeah, dissipated talents. All right. I was hoping it was a softer word for what I'm about to tell you, Cancer, but there isn't. So with the Moon reverse, with the Page of Coins reverse, this means that you guys have definitely overinvested, either too fast or too furiously. Meaning in a relationship, you might have been giving just too much of your time and too much of your just yourself, your soul, your body, your money, your time, and it's not growing into anything. And what I don't want for any emotional Cancer is to look back at their relationship and say, well, how can you just not want to be with someone who did this or that for you? Judge Lindola says it the best. People have a right to want who they want. And what you don't want to do is get yourself into such a tizzy that you've done all of these things for someone and it was just never really that to them. It was never that to them. They were never really invested the way you were invested. And the word I was looking for, there's no nice word for it, but the educated term for it, I believe you pronounce it profligacy, which is just like a waste. It's just like throwing money in a hole, basically. So Cancer, whatever you're looking to get out of this, you're going to have to be a lot more realistic than you're being. You can't fix whatever this is. You can't fix it. Having said that, if there's something else you're trying to gain from it, if it's material or if it's stability, you're going to have to accept that's what that is. The problem with that, though, is when you're in it for the stability and everything, you still have to play a role. And so you can't be like dipping and dabbling, cheating basically. And you can't I mean, you have to play your role if you're going to be in that spot. If you're going to be like in a gold digger or a sugar baby type of spot, or a kept woman or a kept man, whatever. I don't know these days. Who knows? If you're going to be in that type of spot, you're going to have to be realistic that this is what it is, and you know what is expected of you. So you guys cannot make it more than what it is. This is what it is, and it's either a waste of time, or it's a waste of money, or it's basically a waste. It's not really anything. It's just something to do day to day. It's very heavy on appearances. It's very heavy on surface. So yeah, I was trying to find nicer words, guys. I really was. All right, Leos, you get the Chariot and the Queen of Coins reverse, Queen of Pentacles reverse, which of course represents Taurus. So what this is telling you guys is that in the next relationship, looks like a new one, you're going to move very fast, and it's going to be very much like the Cancers, surface, about money and about like gifts and things like that, not really the time. If you want to counteract that, the only way to do that is to slow down, and of course to, be genuine and learn the person because you want to know them and want to learn them. But if this is only going to be about that cash, then you need to be honest about it and upfront, as well as the other person. Leos have a very bad habit. I think that's what we'll talk about. I think it's what we'll talk about on date night. In fact, I'm going to table it. We'll talk about it though. But I think Leos do have a bad habit of knowing that somebody else might want more, and then they just kind of step back after a while, because that's not how they really felt. They might have been in a relationship for whatever reason. It doesn't have to be as malicious as only for money, but it could be out of loneliness or out of needing attention, but they never really felt how the other person felt. And so I see this going on right here, and you need to put your boundaries out first. If you're not trying to be a gold digger, what have you, don't accept, something that you would not give to that person. Don't accept it, and let them know, we're still trying to learn each other. We can save that for later if it gets deeper, okay? For you Leos who are looking to be gold diggers, hey, I guess straight ahead, basically. Okay, Virgo. Ooh, Virgo's got a great love reading. Okay. Virgo, you have the Eight of Wands with the Ace of Swords. And this is more so for a new relationship that I would say have popped up within the beginning of this year. So anything from, I'll give you a little wiggle room of November 2020 till now. It feels very fresh. It feels very new. This feels like a nice spring crush. It's not like a relationship that we've been together for 10 years, or we've been together for 2 years. It's not that. Something very new, and it looks like it's starting very fast, and it has a good potential for longevity and stability. Good luck with it. I don't really see anything negative going on with it. What I will say is, for those folks who are currently, those Virgos who are currently in a relationship, this is saying that you're going to get what you want from the other person, or what you need. Now, the only difference with that is that is a lot more temporary than the single Virgos. So let's say it's something small. I don't see, engagements or marriage. So if you're looking out for that, toss that out the window. But I do see other things like, property and children. Honestly, birth. Aces are always a baby. Just things kind of cementing the relationship a little further. So that's good news. Better news for the single Virgos, definitely. Not as great for the Virgos currently tied down, but it's not necessarily bad news either. So you guys are good, except good that you got. Libra, you guys got strength, and you guys got the Queen of Swords. So this means that you guys are going to get into a relationship. This does not feel like current relationships, and I'm going to keep it real, Libra. This seems like some running around, some cheating, but that's none of my business. I'm not judging. But it looks like this is a relationship really surrounded by mental acuity. Someone who, you know, you can do nerdy things with, or stuff that you don't really talk to about other people. And it just looks like something that you guys are connecting. You're connecting with this other person on a deeper level. It's not just about sex and jokes. You know, Libras love people who can make them laugh. This is about someone who, you know, you guys can have the deep conversations with for hours. And I know all of our signs, all the other zodiacs, we're like, oh yeah, we like that. No, I mean, like, these fools ain't even sleeping. Just 10-hour conversations. I don't know who could have that, but apparently you all can. So you will be having that. It looks like this is going well into spring and summer, you know, beyond just the running around season. Could bleed into cuffing season. Might have something new, might have something permanent to, you know, show around for the holidays. So, all right, Libra. Scorpio. Did I get everybody? I got everybody. Okay, I had to think about it. Scorpio, you guys get the Knight of Wands, and you get the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands, you get the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands symbolizes Sagittarius. And with the Nine of Wands right next to us, this means that you guys are fighting to keep someone who is very free-spirited, who just does whatever they want to do, how they want to do it. You can't necessarily tie them down. But the good thing about this is that's a lot of the aspects of you too. So you need to be just as free-spirited and willing to go forward as whoever this other person is. You might find another one on your free-spirited, you know, spiritual awakening journey. Just continue to not get hung up on one person. Don't get obsessed with one person. Don't get obsessed with a failure. Don't be out for blood. You know, you damn Scorpios. Don't do it. Just continue to live day to day. And I do see a newer romance to come, but you gotta let go of this Nine of Wands, this fighting to keep it. It looks like all of the water signs in this reading have an issue, or have had an issue over the past year, a few years, are really trying to prove themselves to somebody. There's just, guys, to let that go. It's nothing you can do. You cannot prove yourself to these folks out here, and it may not be worth it to do so. What you can do, though, however, is continue to be you. That's what's so attractive about you guys, you Scorpios especially. So just continue to be you. You are the free-spirited. You are the one who, you know, can just go out on a journey and do it how no one else can. You don't have to tie someone else down, or you don't have to show someone else, oh yeah, I can do that too, to get them to like you or to be with you. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Bounce, and I bet they'll try to come back. And last but never least, y'all just have mercy on the nigga, Sagittarius. Guys, keep doing it.
I love you, Polly.
Thank God for the honey. You see it fell to the bottom. Alright, I'm gonna need some more. Y'all keep doing this. Alright. We got the Three of Cups, and you have the Ace of Coins. I don't know why y'all keep doing this. Alright, with the Three of Cups, that usually can be a time of reuniting with a friend. Friends having, you know, a good time, and friends getting together. It's really not that romantic of a card. It's more of about a platonic friendship. And next to it is the Ace of Coins, which is about getting money, and just wealth and all of that. But with this Three of Cups, this is also the card when reversed about cheating, about being the third wheel. This is trying to help you out and saying, you all have to react and reach out to these friends. You have to keep your friendship strong, because whatever you're going through, i.e. not to be a bitch, or whatever you're basically putting yourself through, you're going to need friends, basically. You're going to need somebody to help you back up, because the person who you keep blowing off the friends for, cutting off the friends for, pillow talking bad about the friends, and then the other person is disrespecting the friends or whatever, it's going to blow up back in your face, because this other person is unreliable, and they can just be a jerk when they want to, and now you have unknowingly trained them to be a jerk, because they're used to being like, well, you make excuses for me, and I'll do this and I'll make you laugh. Sagittarius are another one, love people who make them laugh, and then it's blown over. But now when they do this thing that is so disrespectful and so public and so obvious, where the hell is your support system? Where? This person is just not enough. They're a jerk off, in my best book. They're a jerk off. There's not much you can do with them. So you need the support system. You need to talk to these friends, and you can tell people, look, if you don't want folks in your business, I guess you can, preempt them with saying, look, I'm only venting. I don't need solutions. I just need comfort. But you need to reach out to folks, because I see no later than this May something huge happening, some big blow up, and you're going to wish you had that support, and everybody's just going to go because they're like, oh, well, we just thought that she or he was just going to stick it out with so-and-so because that's what they've been doing. All right, Sag. I try to help y'all. I see money, if that helps, Sagittarius. You're going to get money from this person for your time. All right. Before we leave, I'm thinking, should we do that? Let's do that really fast. Unpopular opinions when it comes to romance with these zodiacs. Unpopular opinions. And I'll make them about me too. I'm a Leo. I'll make them. Let's just start down the line. Let's do an Earth. Let's do it in elements. All right. So we'll start off still with Capricorn. Capricorn being the cardinal sign of Earth. I do not understand Capricorn women being able to stick around for the craziest stuff, but then when they're done, they just cut folks off completely. It's just two very different ways of being, and I don't see how they can ever work in tandem. I don't get that. My mother, God bless her, is a Capricorn, and she'll warn people, and my thing is, I don't believe that she's going to cut them off, because she'll warn people like 20 times. I don't warn nobody, but she'll warn people 20 times, like, oh, well, this is, I think this might be it, and what are these warnings? But then when she does make good on them, if they mess up, and then she just, poof, like, you might not even hear about the person. I don't understand that. Maybe I don't understand why they didn't do that in the first place to begin with. It's none of my business, but unpopular opinions, that's what this is. That's very strange to me. And in Capricorn men, I don't know that many, but the ones that I've read, I have to say, and the ones that I've heard about, I have heard some of the most horrendous things. What's interesting is the very people who say these horrendous things will then turn around and excuse them or be like, well, they were doing a lot better, now. I'm like, better than what? Than what you just told me? That's absolutely horrific. Okay, I don't understand it. But Capricorn men, I do not understand how they want to settle down without anything tangible. It's like the longevity is the settled down. But if they died tomorrow, grandmom is denying that any of those kids were his, and she's taking the Social Security if he has it. And, homegirl might not even make it, or homeboy, whoever's dating the male Capricorn, might not even make it in the obituary. I don't understand that. I don't understand wanting to build a life with someone, but not on paper. Not even just the marriage. Like, they don't, no wills, nothing. I don't know. And I think for folks who dealt with Capricorn men, they know what I'm talking about when I say like building a life, like kids, houses, all of that. But when it comes to making it official so that that shit don't get snatched when things happen, it's just not an option. I don't know. Aquarius, we still be doing earth signs. So the next one would be fixed. Fixed earth sign would be Taurus. Taurus women, I don't understand, or I respect. I've never heard ever of a Taurus woman being caught cheating, but they move like they do. And it makes me wonder, I'm like, so are they sneaky, or are they just secretive? Or I don't know. With the Taurus women, I really just don't understand how they don't get chances. Out of all of their earth signs, Capricorn and Virgo give chances so often that that's like what I said about my mother. Nobody takes her seriously until it's too late, because it's like, this is the 15th chance, get out of here. That Virgos, they just give chances for years and nobody takes them seriously until. But with Taurus, they just very one and done. Very one and done. You got like one time to yell at them. You got one time to cheat. I don't know. It's not a bad thing, I guess, in the end. And Taurus men, out of all of the signs I have heard about consistently, including in my own family, friends, co-workers, clientele, just not spilling anybody's tea, but even still, I've heard probably some of the worst stories I've ever heard about anybody besides the Leo men, or the Taurus men. I would love to know what you guys are doing. I would like to speak to a Taurus man. I'm like, well, what is going on? Because you guys have really bad representation out there right now. What I would say is, what I would like to ask, if anybody feels comfortable asking, should Taurus men just be, the word I guess would be polyamorous or polygamous? Because apparently they're like, what are those damn chips? Lay's, Pringles? I don't know. You can't just have one. I'm just saying. All right, so and then the last one would be mutable earth sign, Virgo. Virgos, I love them. As friends, everything. Entertainers. I love MJ. I love Beyonce. I love Queen. Virgo. What I will say is the women confuse me, very similar to the same as the Capricorn women. But instead of the Virgo women cutting them off, it's like they just, what would be the best earth natural disaster? Landslide, I guess. They're like landslide. So Virgo's there, I'm there. They make hella excuses for their partner. Excuses that make no sense. Stuff where it's like, you must think I'm a moron to have said that to me. And they can talk themselves into an interesting box of everything is fine when everything is on fire. But the minute they no longer believe it, or I don't know, the minute they're just over it, I guess. The best way to put it is a landslide. There's like a loud sound and then just a whoosh, and they're destroying property. Earth signs are not known for destroying property, even other people's. Like, they've got to be mad to destroy other people's property. That's just not what they do. They're destroying property. They are, just they're crazy. Beyonce's Ring the Alarm. That's a real ass. They're nuts. They're nuts when they're in that space. They moving the kids, like, and most other signs were, I'm going to my mother's house, or I'm going to my boy's house, or I'm taking the kids and the dog. I'm tired of this shit. Virgo will like move across the country. They'll like move to California or something. What is that about? It's interesting. It's interesting to go from those extremes, basically. And in a Virgo, men, I actually like them. I hear some bad things, but I feel like Virgo men let you know what it is from the beginning. And if they do lie or kind of bend the truth or what have you, I think you kind of know what's up. I could be giving them too much leeway, but I think you know what's up. I think people know when a Virgo man is just doing him. I do. I don't think that they really have to say much to convince you, to stay or go. I do know that they take a long time to get it together and to settle down. And what's funny is they usually never settle down. To me, I've noticed this. The Virgo men usually never seem to settle down with someone who was like down for them. I'm talking like, oh, I knew them for all of these years, or we were together for, a year or 2 years. It's like somebody they meet in the damn supermarket, and then within 3 months that person is married. What the fuck? And then there's this other person who might have invested a whole lot of time with this damn Virgo. And, was waiting on them, was like, well, they told me they were going to be with me. They were making these plans. And then they met this bitch at goddamn Whole Foods. And now him and the bitch within 3 months are married. And that could be annoying. I would be annoyed if I had to deal with that. But I've never had no beef with a Virgo man, so I don't know. So we did earth signs. Let's do water. You know what? No, we'll punish me. Let's do fire. We'll do fire. Fire signs, cardinal sign would be Aries. I've got a lot of dealings with men. Aries women, sometimes I do not understand. I both like and I don't understand how instead of excusing, they defend their significant other so fiercely. They'll defend them so fiercely and be like, oh no, see how I'm defending them? See how I, because they really did this and they do this different. I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing this different. And you listening to this stuff like, really? All right, if you say so. But not to say anything because they're going to defend them with all of that fire. And the minute they decide to be finished with someone or whatever, they will talk about this person like a dog. I mean, talk about their mama, talk about their kids, go in, just completely go in. I don't get that. I've done it as a fellow fire sign. I've done it, and my Aries is ascending. So I kind of understand, because in a way, no one could roast them like you could because you were there. You were there and you know all the tea. But I just like, damn, you was just talking about this person like they were fucking King Arthur, and now you calling them a bitch, and you talking about you gonna fight them, and they trash. Well, what happened to? Very interesting. The other thing I don't understand is how they are so flirtatious, but so shy when they actually meet someone they like. The fact that that's my ascending, I don't understand that about me. When I really like you, I can flirt. I just go straight Russian. I can't speak English. I can't speak the king's English, nothing. The queen, whatever, that bitch. I don't understand. I don't get it. And the Aries men, who I love, my father was an Aries. I do love him dearly. I don't understand how they can portray this this big burly, larger than life personality, and then they're the most lovey-dovey big babies, so emotional. They are some of the most emotional creatures. Aries men, feelings hurt way easily, and will let you know that you hurt their feelings. They will have a conversation with you about how could you do that or whatever. They're interesting. I like them. I like them. I also don't understand how indecisive they are. I don't get that. All right, my turn. Leo women. I know for a fact. Leo women are cheaters. And it's for a reason why I wasn't in a lot of relationships, because I could tell that I would be the type of person to roam or to wander. I get bored very easily. I kind of liken it to a lioness chase, especially when you really like someone or you're really ready to settle down. I feel like those Leo women are the ones to cheat the most because we work so hard for this prize. And then when we finally got it, it's like, all right, put it on the shelf. What else is out there? You know, I want a wildebeest now. I just caught that ibex. I just caught that, you know, whatever the fuck. Warthog. I need me some elephant now. I need me some hippo. I need a challenge. I don't know. I also feel like we don't get caught as often. But yeah, like if you look at Whitney and stuff, I do feel like we cheat. And I do think that we think we want relationships until we get one because we hate clingy people. Like we can't deal with clingy kids. Children need you. But an adult who's clingy, oh my gosh, that stuff, it literally makes me want to rip off my skin. I cannot stand somebody who like constantly needs me or constantly needs my validation. What do you want? I don't like it. Leo men, I know for a fact they're cheaters, but I respect them because they cheat, in my opinion, like no other sign cheats, which is they let you know that they don't care. They don't care. How did you not know I was a cheater? You know, they're savages. I don't think I'm that rude. And if I was caught cheating, I would at least apologize for some shit. Not no Leo man. They don't give. I wonder if Don Magic Wand is a Leo. I looked at it. They have a very interesting personality when it comes to relationships. Alright, who's next? Sagittarius. I do not understand. Okay. I do not understand Sagittarius women in the sense they can be so independent everywhere. They're like the Aries men. They can be so independent, not take bullshit from anybody, not take no crap, could take a bullet to the kneecap and still figure out a way to hop and, you know, fight zombies. When it comes to relationship, they can be, no offense, some of the most oblivious, I'm going to use a nicer word than what I was going to use, some of the most oblivious chicks on planet Earth. Completely oblivious. It's like stuff that you know doesn't make sense. They'll say it out loud and you're looking at them waiting for them to be like, yeah, I know that doesn't make sense. And then they don't say it. I don't get it. It's none of my business. I don't get it. And I don't get it. Because they're just such hard asses when it comes to everything else, and they work so hard on everything else. But then if they are in a toxic relationship, short of finding whoever they're screwing someone else in the bed, they just oblivious blinders. It's like how you have to have blinders on a horse or what have you because they get easily spooked. And horses are not the smartest animals. They're absolutely gorgeous, but they have been known to just like walk off of a cliff if you weren't guiding them. Definitely Sagittarius in a bad relationship where I'm like, you know, you would never let this slide about like your money or whatever, but in this, girl, I don't know. And the Sagittarius men, I would like to meet a Sagittarius man who's gotten married. I don't know any. I don't know. Are they afraid of commitment or are they just chill? They might just be chill. I don't know. And it could be a night thing. A night thing meaning a immutable sign. Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo are all mutable signs. So they can pretty much go with the flow. And, you know, they don't have to ever settle down. They're like gypsies, nomads, travelers. It could easily be on to the next. And then they can come back like it's nothing. They don't have to settle down, you know, if they don't want to. But I'm just like, well, do they ever? The men? The Sagittarius? I don't know. I know a lot of women, or I've seen a lot of women wait on a Sagittarius man or waiting, and I'm like, girl, you tell me when that goes through. Let me know when that money hit, when that goes through. All right. So next we will do water now. So let's start with Cardinal Water Cancer. Cancer women. I want to get my thoughts together because I don't want to be a bitch. I do not understand. And this is something I've noticed with all 3 water signs, but Cancer women and Pisces women especially. But let's start with Cancer women. I do not understand how Cancer women can repress so much of their personality and take on someone else's. That's weird. It's like Stepford wives. They can literally, for example, a Cancer woman might have never watched a basketball game a day in her life. A day in her life. It's just not her thing. It's not her thing. She don't know, who's on her home team. She don't know what the hell that is. She date a woman or a nigga who loves Cancer. Who loves basketball. And then like within a week, if not less, they know all about the basketball. They willing to fight over the teams. I don't know if it's that they take an active interest in a partner's life, or if that's just what they do to plug themselves in more with the person. And I'm not saying, let me just say for all of these signs, I'm not saying all of the folks who are born under this do this. This is usually like a toxic or an underdeveloped situation. But I find that interesting. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of Cancer women lose themselves like that. And like they look up in their lives and it's been like 10, 15 years later. I'm like, damn. And it's because they've taken on this other person's personality. Just that is a generalization. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know. And Cancer men, I don't understand how signs that could be men who could be so sexy and so suave could be such jerks and then could be such babies afterwards. Absolute babies. Like they will do some jerky shit. I've dealt with Cancer men. They will do some jerky shit and you'll stop talking to them or stop bothering with them and they will become the most absolute like babyish, like Aries men basically. And they just are so emotional. Like, I can't believe you stopped talking to me. Why? Only because I did this? Only because I did? Yes, you being a dickhead. Yeah, but and then, girl, it's too much. It's too much. I'll be on this thing for 2 hours because I've dealt with some heavy hit Cancer men, and I love them. I think they're very sexy. I think they're very interesting and suave. But girl, they can be jerks, and then when you call them out on their jerkiness, they are so hurt. They are so hurt that you would say that. I just don't get that. I don't get that. I have a Cancer moon though, so maybe in ways I do. And I will bend my personality for someone else if I really feel like I'm not being as accepting of them. But I'm not going to change my whole thing. I can't. But anyway, all right. So next would be fixed water Scorpios. This is good both for the men and women because I don't see a difference. I am friends with both. I enjoy them both. I could not think of a world without Scorpios. I feel like they're very needed, and I feel like I understand them on a different level. I feel like get along with them in a really good way. But in my opinion, they are clingy. That little claw that Scorpio had, that bitch will latch on you, and will not let go. You can't shake it off. Nothing. But once they're done with you, I could see why folks who dated Scorpios who were used to being clung to, and then when they get broken up with, I could see why they would go nuts, because it's 100 to 0. It ain't 10 to 0. It's 100 to 0. It's 100 degrees to 0 degrees. Both genders. They go from, they want to be, when I say like up under you, they want to be up under you, to damn near might forget your name, or pretend like maybe they're not pretending. I don't know. Those are some very intense feeling people. And what I like about them is that I believe they're very sincere. But girl, I don't know. And then Pisces, my gripe with both of the genders, kind of, yeah, same thing. Like the Cancer women, I just don't understand how your personality could just be completely tailored to someone else's, especially because in my opinion, Pisces have some dope personalities, and they will cover all of that up for, you know, some asshole. It's very strange to me. It's very strange. I've never met like a boring Pisces. I met Pisces who've taken me by surprise, but I've never met a boring one. And then the Pisces men, girl, same thing with the Cancer. We're very sexy, very suave, very flirty, all into you, and then not. And then you call them out on it, and they're like, me? Yes, you dickhead. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Maybe that's my fire not understanding that water. I don't know. And then let's see who's next. Earth signs. No, we did earth signs. So air. So we did everybody? Damn, okay. So air signs, yeah. All right. Cardinal Libra. I have no real gripes with Libras on either side because I just don't get that much interaction except from my bestie. The women, I will say this. I have seen Libras through clientele, through family, through friends, bridezillas. And I would like to ask, is that like because you guys are so detail oriented or what? Because I've seen stuff where like they have nervous breakdowns over, you know, color coordinations. And I mean, well, I don't decorate that well, but I do love attention to detail. But some of that stuff, I don't know. I would like to hear your best Libra planning a wedding story, because I would assume it was so laid back. But no, it's like their shit kicks in an overdrive when it's time to, you know, tie the knot and stuff. I will say also, I think it's interesting how like they can be completely uninterested in humans in general. Like completely uninterested in humans, don't really want to deal with humans. But when they are in love, baby, they are completely all about this person. And I'm just standing back like, wow, I thought humans annoyed you, but not when it is when it is. And the Libra men, I've heard Libra men are hoes. That's all I really have to say. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if I know any. Do y'all know? Are they? I need to look up the empirical evidence. I don't know. I'm not pulling any cards to find out. That's none of my business. That's what I hear. I don't know. Libra men, you tell me. Aquarius women. Girl. Okay. Backstory. One of my mother's sisters is an Aquarius. Her mother, my grandmother, who I was raised up under, because she lived 5 houses down from me, was an Aquarius. Okay. I got a best friend who's like a sister who's an Aquarius. I've got my aunt who's an Aquarius. I've got like 2-3 aunts who are an Aquarius. Girl, I'm Aquarius out. I've got nieces who are Aquarius. I am iced out in the Aquarius. Okay. The women, I got to ask, why do you all date jerks or jerky guys, jerky women, cheaters, when you know you're nuts? That to me is counterproductive. And it's getting to the point where I'm starting to think you guys do it on purpose so you have somebody's ass to whip. I could be wrong, but I just don't understand. You all will literally date someone who you know might put you in the bing because you know you scary. I mean, like, I got stories on my grandma. I never really saw her act out. But my family got some stories of like folks being dead ass afraid of her. And she was a little skinny woman. But I just don't understand that, y'all. And then y'all be like missing the people who you were about to kill. I don't get that. I don't get that, Aquarius women. I don't get that. I only got like 3 things in my sign with Aquarius, and I'm happy about it because I probably would have been in jail right about now dealing with that sign. My Lord. And the Aquarius men, I love them. I love them. 2 of my uncles are Aquariuses, and I love them. I have no real complaints about them other than, to me, they're a little boring. They're great to talk to, but they can be a little, boring. But when I say boring, I really just mean like unproblematic, except for like Bobby Brown. But even him, like, that's definitely somebody I would like to talk to and hang out with. Like, I don't know. I don't really have any beef with them. You all tell me how Aquarius men have done, y'all. I just love them. I think they're great. One of my best friends from when I was back 5. He's an Aquarius guy. Love him. Absolutely love him. Last but never least as well is the Gemini women. The Gemini women and men. No. That's like Venus and Mars. The Gemini women, I do not understand how you all date. How do I put this? You all date children. Just when I mean that, you all seem to date people who are like mentally younger than you. I don't know if it comes out like that because I feel like almost all the Geminis I've met are wicked smart. You all seem to date folks you have to babysit. You all date folks who I'm like, so those are the people who, you're like, have you ever read the back of the bottle of the shampoo? And you just read it for the hell of it, you read it, and you read like, do not eat. You're like, what the fuck is this for? Who is smart enough to read shampoo bottles, but not smart enough to be like, just take it to the head? That's who the Geminis date, the Gemini women. I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see it, but I don't get it. I don't get it. And if you are currently dating a Gemini woman and you feel offended by what I said, I'm sorry. And don't eat the shampoo. For the Gemini men, why do you all date women? See, you guys do the opposite of Aquarius. Gemini men date women or men who will kill them, or who are crazy enough to try and kill them. What is that about? Do you all not value your lives? Gemini men seem to date folks who will like happily run them over with their car and then weep at their funeral as they're in, shackles and chains and oranges. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I value my life. Gemini men. But all right, that's my unpopular opinion, my popular love opinions on the Zodiacs. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if I skipped over anyone, because I'm just getting hot. So, oh no. And tell me your stories on it. Girl, that's all I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed this date night. Hasn't been that long. I'm going to try to keep doing this every Friday. Consistency is something I really know nothing about. This is my first week ever being consistent, so and glad to meet that. So I'm going to put this up in different parts. Enjoy it, and remember, I have a little YouTube channel, so if you want to see the video in entirety and the other Zodiac glitches in entirety, hit me up on Candyland Tarot, Candyland with a K, on YouTube. Love and peace, guys. Thanks.